Back in 1994, Apogee released Rise of the Triad Dark War as part of a rush of first-person shooters that began in that decade. Many hold it near and dear to their hearts as the original shooter to popularize mouse look, dual-wielding pistols, and ludicrous jibs. Danish developer Interceptor Entertainment likely share this twinge of nostalgia as they are now the fathers of an Unreal Engine 3 powered reboot of the classic shooter. This new iteration of Rise of the Triad is drenched in old-school wonder, but a lot about this game that was fresh and new in the 90s comes off instead as dated and awkward today. There's a lot here for the nostalgic gamer, but newcomers may be more difficult to convince. Rise of the Triad pits a team of special ops soldiers against a deadly cult on a Californian island, but there's no need to know any more of the plot. At all times, your goal is to kill as many enemies as possible, collect coins for points, and make your way to the exit by any means necessary. At the onset, you're presented with 5 different characters to choose from before setting out on your journey. Each differs from the next as far as how fast they are and how much punishment they can take. This game plays significantly quicker than most current-gen shooters, so for most, it's likely best to start with the slowest character. Beyond that, the gameplay in Rise of the Triad follows the archetype of a 90s shooter. The maps are sprawling and often maze-like, requiring you to hunt out keys to open the path to the exit. Corridor shootouts often occur with the occasional battle in a large room against a mob of enemies. All the while, you'll be navigating dangerous hazards like fireballs and springing spike traps. Carefully managing the traps in this game puts a unique spin on the otherwise paint-by-numbers shooting. Enemies are only half the battle, so if you allow yourself to get comfortable and run around like you own the place too early, you'll pay for it in short order. Some of the obstacles can cause the most single-hit damage in the game. You won't get many second chances. That fact has a habit of causing a great deal of frustration in Rise of the Triad. Not because the obstacles are unreasonable, though they sometimes are, but because this title is puzzlingly missing a save game feature. When you die, you're sent back to a checkpoint that often feels like a punch in the gut. With so much of the old school flavor in play here, it's a strange decision to eschew the generation's hallmark quick save function. And with how difficult the obstacles tend to be, the dreaded first-person platforming sections in particular, a save function could have quelled much of the frustration and made this game drastically more enjoyable. In spite of this, there's a twinge of ridiculousness through Rise of the Triad's 10-hour campaign that keeps the mood lighthearted and fun. Blasting an enemy apart can result in the trademark eyeball flying into your view. Eating food for health will often result in a burp or flatulence. Even earthly bothers like ammo and reloading are of no consequence here. Not only do the pistol and machine gun enjoy unlimited ammunition, but their clips are endless as well. Though more powerful launcher weapons do have a limited ammo count, though still no reload function is necessary. The boss encounters punctuating each episode may be difficult and occasionally overwhelming, but they represent some of the best of the old guard worth rehashing. Grand and intimidating, they're also the right kind of difficult, challenging you to adapt and plan little by little until you've formulated the perfect strategy to dispatch them, resulting in a satisfying victory. And since the bosses are approached in their very own short level, rather than at the end of a lengthy one, the frustrating checkpoint system has no bearing on these battles. Rise of the Triad is not without a fair share of technical issues. The use of bloom lighting causes a serious performance hit and will cut deep into your frame rate unless you have an absolute powerhouse rig. Enemy AI is awful. Almost all of them simply file towards you. It's also not uncommon for your character to get stuck in the game's geometry, requiring you to restart from a checkpoint. There's a competitive multiplayer mode included, and it feels exactly as it should. Fast-paced, exciting, and ridiculous. It's stripped down, offering only deathmatch, team deathmatch, and capture the flag, but it keeps it simple, stupid. Sure, it heavily rewards the person who is able to get to the most powerful weapon on the map first, but with so many great weapons at your disposal, you won't have to worry about using that pistol for long. Pepper in some jump pads and crazy power-ups like dog mode, and you've got a pedal-to-the-metal battle just like back in the day. Rise of the Triad is at once fantastically nostalgic and frustratingly dated. Mowing down enemies without reloading while collecting coins and avoiding hazards offers an old-school thrill the likes of which is seldom seen in the modern era. But the experience is marred by bad enemy AI and frustrating platform sequences, made worse by the lack of a save feature, which the checkpoint system absolutely does not make up for. Still, there's an undeniable fun factor in play if you can forgive the potential rage quit situations. Rise of the Triad is a worthy, if flawed, tribute to the 90s PC gamer that can be enjoyed by the old school and new school alike.
Shoot him!